Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Eric Langkamp, also known as Tricky Hunter. Now, I know I posted up that I wouldn't be doing a video tonight, but I decided to do a little bit of a visual thing anyway. I'm still working through some of the glitches that I came across, and most of them have to do with critical hits and falling and things like that. So, they're things that have to be discovered along the way, and unfortunately, I probably won't catch them all. So it'll be a fun little exercise for the community to help me narrow down a lot of these glitches. But as you can see, one of the things that I did was I've put together a new map, and this or something like it will likely become the first map um, of the arena. So let's do some maneuvering around to show you guys what it looks like when you have actual line of sight going on. And you'll notice that high points are still seen and things like that. But yeah, unlike the other map, the line of sight is a little more limited. You don't see into the valley and things like that. Um, all right. Huh, that is cool. So I'm discovering things as we're going along here, making sure that things work out the way I want them to. But I've got a lot of the damage systems in place from the last time. Um, and as you can see, I can still trade fire and all this. Oh look, I missed. Well, there you go. That's one of the first times I've missed on camera here. Um, Let me see if I can get this racked up to a hit. Now, over the weekend I intend to get melee working. I've done some looking into what the end phase entails as well, and for our purposes, the end phase is only going to deal with the consciousness of the pilot. Speaking of, I do have to put in the pilot dynamics for being able to maneuver a pilot, or not, sorry, not maneuver a pilot, but to be able to actually have a pilot in the mech and have what they do matter. So all the damage involved with explosions and all of the skill checks. Let's see. Fusion engine damage. Oh, okay, so first glitch. Really, it just looks like I haven't fully implemented, but this mech has received fusion engine damage. You can see the steam rising up off of it, but you're not seeing any particle effect here, and it looks like that's because the particle effect system is not communicating across the network. So that's one thing that's going to need to be fixed. So let's have it fire back. So yeah, there's a whole ton of different things that's going on. I did fix an issue that I was having up here. Um, you were seeing yellow when it was full stats. That was a selection issue, things like that. So, like I said, visually, this is a little bit more impressive than just the flat plane. I'm not putting water in quite yet, even though I have the ability to put a water hex in place. The problem is I don't have any of the skill checks or anything like that involved with water, and there's actually a depth thing that goes into it as well. So water is likely going to be a later feature. I also don't have rough terrain in here yet, and that's mainly because I don't have a good looking hex texture to show um, rough terrain. So I'm going to stick with the three basics: my stone, the standard grass, and then grass with dirt that I don't actually have in here yet. Um, but yeah, there you go. Here is my minor update for the evening. Like I said, I've got a lot to do this weekend, and I'm going to try and power through as much of it as I can because I'd like to get the Patreon fired up. But I'm holding myself to the original idea that I had, which was get you guys a demo and then fire up the Patreon and the war bonds. So I will likely talk to you guys tomorrow. Feel free to get in touch with me via Discord or Facebook. Have a good evening.